make the daddy bop, the daddy bop. He fucked close. He didn't need to do that. Yeah, once he started all talking about, fuck with a youngin' from the block. He's like, oh, Paul, where you? What street you from? Nah, this is South Side of Soul. From the back block. He from that block they played that last game, the Squid Game. It was his hood. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Redemption 46 Studios. I'm Nick.
안녕, 로입니다.
And I'm Curtis.
Y'all know the vibes. Y'all seen the picture. Y'all seen the thumbnail. Y'all know why y'all here. Paul Blanco, Summer, featuring B.O., my fucking guy. The other Show Me the Money guy. Right? That show literally must be crazy and shit. Everybody on there seems like they on some star power shit. But nah, obviously, you know what I mean, we heard Paul when we did Closer and shit. Y'all, if y'all watched the reaction, y'all know kind of how we felt about it. A lot of y'all jumped in the comments and was telling us to do more stuff from him. A lot of people was talking about Summer, and I was like, oh shit, like B.O. on there, so I thought this would be a good opportunity for us to hear a little bit more, bro, for y'all to jump in the comments, give us some more tracks, and for us to be able to spread our knowledge of Paul Blanco. No long talk, though. We can jump in this and have a conversation when we are done. Y'all better be subscribed. For I be on your ass in the comment. Oh, it's going to be a long summer for some of y'all that ain't subscribed.
Any closer?
The sun goes up, I'm sorry, forgotten you. I don't do love, I tend to get away. I've been living like this, living like this, living like this. I've been living like this. I'm back bang on a brand new take a break. Hotel with top dog, she has a G-bag on it. Thinking about me, thinking about me, thinking about me.
That's Street Fighter?
Yeah.
They look like Charlie and Ryu.
Really nice voice.
Fucking young bull.
Hey, he's consistent.
Hey.
네가 저질렀던 실수를 전부 머리에서 지우고 담배불에 다 태운 돌아올래 yeah. Oh yeah, oh stay 방금 내가 말한 실수였어 왜 네가 저질렀던 실수를 전부 머리에서 지우고 담배불에 다 태운 돌아올래 내가 하긴 저 사람과 세상을 만들어 가지마 내가 하긴 저 사람과
From the block, man.
All right, B.O., I'm gonna show you some love. Let me get this Paul Blanco clip off first. He's dangerous. He's dangerous. He's ain't no other way for me kind of to word this. He's kind of one of those perfect artists. Yes. He can rap when he feels like it, and all his cadences are clean, and his voice is so like soothing, but it can get bassy as well. So like rap fits him well. When he hits those pockets, those are the voices that and I'm trying to be nice about this, that I feel like the people who aren't those God tier singers in K-pop can't hit when they get like to like those low like
to be in a vibe. As opposed to you could be technically proficient, but you probably can't make a cool song and everything. Well, not everybody, of course, but in the general sense, that's usually
that's thank you. That is a way better way of saying it than where I was about to go with it, to where you can make his voice seems decent enough to do ballads and like hyper ballads, strong ballads where like, okay, you getting your clip off, but he also makes that vibey and like cool music. Weekend-esque, like, you know what I mean?
Or
But
Ty Dolla song.
or Ty Dolla too. Yeah, Ty Dolla is another person too, because I like his vocals.
It was giving me a little bit of Post as well. Post Malone.
Yeah, all people that fit that criteria for like you said, the chill vibe music and stuff. He, and also, like I said, I don't know too much about him. I'm gauging he's like cool enough for the streets, but also cool enough for, you know, I guess like the GP, like, you know, audience kind of to see what's up with him. I like him a lot, man. God bless you. So, this is our second outing with him, and he's giving me kind of like those superstar vibes. B.O. is my young boy. Like I said, ran into him after doing like my Coogee run, and kind of ran into B.O. B.O.'s another one of those dudes, man, that can rap. I'm loving how a lot of these K-hip-hop artists aren't afraid to sing and do certain stuff. Like I said, because I'm not going to say had the stigma about kind of, you know, singing and doing like some of the stuff early on. It felt like they were more rap-centric. Yeah. But, you know, in fairness, that happened in America, too, where you kind of had to learn to be melodic, or you were going to, I'm not going to say fall behind, because you still can have features. But a lot of artists, at least it felt like, were just running on the type time where it's like, I'd rather just do it myself than pay for a feature. Which people might say ruined some of hip hop, and some people might say you actually get some artists maybe you wouldn't have got before. Up to debate, you know, whatever you like.
I'll say this though, it's funny how the K hip hop scene, you know, when we came in, the whole stigma was that, you know, it's just hardcore rap and everything like that.
That was the stigma. I wasn't gonna bring it up.
You know, but yeah, everything was a hardcore rap and it's all of that. But guess where the melodic shit came from? The idol side.
Yeah, and that's
and guess who was the idol who did that?
Oh, probably GD or something.
So that's remember how, just like I said, tying it back to how, and I mean, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I know, that's where melodic rap, like what we know as melodic rap, started in K music, not just K-pop.
It's harder to trace that shit back in America. Something like LL.
Yeah.
Somebody say LL.
You can go so many places with that. You can say LL. You can say Slick Rick.
You can say Slick Rick, and then was kind of melodic.
Seriously, it would probably be LL, and then PM Dawn, and then I'm pretty sure Key was here. He'd eat that up figuratively and literally. It's like, but like PM Dawn. Then you get Bone Thugs, which is super underrated with that.
Because we're gonna be okay. Okay.
The food. Don't get me started. Wake up. They really like pushed it though. Because they were making hardcore stuff doing that. So
the Fugees clip you was about to get off was another one too. They were another one.
Lauren specifically, of course, like she was a major ingredient at Missy. Another one who can actually sing and sang and still rap at a high level and everything.
Great producer and writer now too.
Yes, and then I really want to see her work with some K artists.
Which I'm surprised she has in this shit. I
literally
was about to say. I was about to say her and Blackpink. I feel like with just that's kind of like just that's there for the taking.
Got a banger. Well, I actually haven't even listened to it to be honest, but like, yo, no, this shit is a banger with her and GD. So you know, once again, like I said, I'm not just bringing his name up to bring him up, but this is like all relative and everything. And then what was I about to say? Well, we got to by the time Lauren and then DMX technically started incorporating like you know, his own sound, obviously.
Ja Rule and then
Nelly.
Yeah, Nelly.
Nelly was another big one as far as like just pop rap and everything like that. So
even 50 to a sense when he came in and shit like that. Yeah, because I said Ja and shit. I gave you flowers first, bro. But even 50 to a cent too, and 50 to a cent. That's fun. Yeah. But I do feel like, at least me personally, I think with today's day and age, especially depending on what your demo is, you do need to be able to have some type of melodic cadence when you're rapping. At least it's going to bode well better for you. If it doesn't,
if that's what you want to do with your career, if you want to be like that type of,
and if you don't, cool, because like I said, it's not for everybody.
Yeah,
I think you might be a little bit more boxed in.
You can tell
on
when
what you
some
can
people
do.
start forcing it. Like they got Bag was started trying to sing and shit. Like what was it, 2020 stuff, and I was just like, nah, Bag, this ain't you. Like this baby ain't gonna, you know, like this. Like I like you, like I mean I'm not trying to box nobody in, but it just didn't hit the same way.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
And some of that shit is cool, but his voice is a little like different. It worked for Baby and them. Even on I know you're not a big fan of Staying Alive, is you, with the Drake joint and Baby.
But I'm a fan enough of Drake and a fan enough of the Baby to appreciate.
Yeah, like it was a cool track. It grew on me and shit. But just even things of that nature, you wouldn't. Well, nah, I can't say you wouldn't think Baby would do, because his flow is just kind of melodic in general, though. It's like, he got the, like his flow is like, so it's kind of in that pocket already. But that's kind of my spill though and shit, is that like these are both artists I would love to see more on the channel, and just seeing already what we got kind of from Paul, I'm very interested to kind of see what's up with the what's up, because I haven't even seen how long he's been around. I don't even know how old bro is.
Yeah.
I'll probably do that while one of y'all talking.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull his bio up, but I pulled the lyrics up to this John first at the final. Yeah. This pretty much confirms, like I said, the Ty Dolla $ign kind of Party Next Door vibes, or even Weeknd and everything like that. Who I'm becoming more and more of a fan of as time goes on. Like
which person?
Weeknd.
Like
I was Party Next Door hardcore, and I never really like. It was a few songs from the Weeknd, like maybe like 10 songs by the time 2017 came around. But then
he's amazing.
Yeah, once that I just wanna hurt you, that album, and then the subsequent projects, I've been coming and especially like After Hours and everything like that, I've become a way bigger Weeknd fan. But anyway,
Paul's 25.
Okay. Oh, that really checks out.
He's a 97 line.
Yeah, that really checks out.
97 line.
Just looking at the lyrics though, like I said, this definitely fits the vibe of those artists and everything like that. The sun goes up. Sorry, I forgot her name. I don't do love. I decided to forget yesterday. You know, he sound real mixy. You know, like, or he in the vibe, or he living toxic, or he just, kind of just living that lifestyle and everything. Let's see. I don't want to cherry pick, but just like I said, painting the picture with this. Champagne is pouring down on the Cartier you gave me. The fuck is this girl tapping on my back? Are you thinking about me? He's living that lifestyle, hedonistic lifestyle, basically, but just hedonistic lifestyle in general terms, but kind of like the common, I'm an artist lifestyle now and everything like that, where I'm just living this life, kind of hardcore partying, non-committal, not getting in any ships or anything like that. I get it. I don't got a problem with it either. Don't mind my condescending tone, but I'm just saying, like, that's...
Nah, you just on the tone.
Yeah,
like, we get your spill.
Yeah. So,
he's from Toronto, too. He's from Canada.
He probably is younger from the block.
Yeah, okay, now that makes sense. Started off most of the stuff, too. He produces a lot of all his own shit, too.
Oh, yeah, so he a beast.
It's a whole other pocket, too, when you step into the production lane.
Mm-hmm.
They say his main act that he runs with is Changmo and shit. So it's another cool nigga too. So yeah, so
it all checks out now. I'm surprised, like I wouldn't be surprised if he starts collaborating with people over here soon. Like.
Yeah, because once you, it gotta be, and I ain't even I ain't even like get a chance to say that. Sorry, I'm gonna let you jump into and shit. Good. He gotta be real if RM threw him on a joint, like, you know what I mean. So it's anytime the likes of, like we said, Paul, Pac and like Erykah Badu and all of them are on there, and then we kind of have some of these like unknowns, and even RM just ain't doing tracks for anybody and shit. Who's the other ones? Bomb and Tiger, like, you know what I mean. So it's just he must have Bull must be it if Runch.
He's somebody.
You know what I mean? Head Junior shit. He's somebody wearing this thing. But no, that's my spill, bro. I want y'all to be able to get your.
Yeah, that was really fun too. Like I said, I think he's dope. I'm looking forward to more music from him. I downloaded that like in the first 30 seconds of it coming on, just because I like the vibe. I also like Dingo, the channel, like the aesthetic of everything they shot. Very like
nothing
90s.
But bangers. Dingo is all the killing voices and everything. So
yeah, so seems like they know how to create a vibe or to know the right stuff to get.
They in touch with the streets a little bit. They like headshots.
Headshots never had this quality.
Hey, young mom swear.
Let me not put that on black business, my fault. Like no, but this is dope though. Like I said, I like the aesthetic of the I guess it's a bedroom, but it also look like a motel or some shit. I mean, over there it could be a room, but I like the aesthetic of the room and everything like that. And
they got a lot of good texture
filter,
too.
Yeah.
They got the filter and the fog machine.
Yeah,
it's textured.
It almost feel like they shot this with a with the what you call it camera, the 90s fuck. Forgot the name, but just like a 90s camera or whatever like that. It's clearly probably just like a filter or something. But like I said, it really fits the aesthetic. You see everything that looks like a 90s kid's bedroom. Definitely, especially when you don't see no LED lights. That's the throwback. But yeah, this is a dope joint. Like I said, I can't wait to vibe to this from the record.
Yeah, I really like this a lot, honestly. It was, just to touch a little bit briefly on kind of how it was shot first and foremost. I really like that it does feel like almost like, not to say it was an iPhone or anything like that, but feeling like it was just someone with a camera in the room where it was like, yo, we didn't gotta, rent out some crazy set piece. We ain't gotta get, designer, this or that, or kind of, bougie up. Like any of the kind of things around us to kind of tell the story. Yeah, like, I mean, right? But if you know, you know. But it was like, if, like, it didn't feel like necessarily like, oh, it's a song about summer or this, like, toxic love or anything like that. They didn't have to, like, make it so grandiose. Right. You know what I mean? And I really like that they scaled everything down and just kind of let them essentially tell the story, I just really respect that kind of aspect of storytelling. The vocals that we were hearing, especially from Paul Blanco, they were really amazing. I love when he was getting into those pockets. And honestly, like I know the song in general is kind of like meant to be toxic in a way, but it's like I really like the kind of pockets that they were operating in, where it's like like I'm basically waking up, like I'm basically waking up. I want nothing to do with this person. Why are they hitting me up again? Like what? It was like some one night stand type shit. Like you just out fucking around and everything. And basically you get to that point where it's like well, hold on now, like I'm calling you baby girl, and I want to make sure like I'm seeing what's up. I'm trying to sweet talk you.
Caring a little bit more.
Yeah, like where you like hold on, is it But then you kind of feel like it's those detachments within yourself where it's like, okay, I'm not able to connect with people quite the same, or something to where I keep a distance from people. I don't want people to kind of be too close to me. Right. So it's like it's like a summer vibe. I'm just kind of doing my thing. But then at the end, you kind of get to that place where it's like, did I want that person? Should I kind of wait for them to call me back? But then you're like, nah, it's their fault, kind of like they should be the one to hit me up or whatever. So it's like you're pushing them away, but you want them to come back to you, and just kind of walking that line, within the lyrics and everything. So I think all that was really well communicated and displayed within.
I think that's just really like the whole tone of kind of like current quote unquote R&B or music. There's no, outside of certain people, of course. And just in general in pop music, hey yo, Paul, you gotta chill.
Paul out here hitting it. So I'm in Canada right now.
Hey yo,
Paul out here hitting sticky. But that's really just like the tone of most like alt R&B music or like current days. Not like I said, it's really not love music. It's like a subgenre of love, if you will.
Like niggas not trying to be too closely related to simping.
It's super cynical. It's, oh no, I don't want to get attached to nobody, but I want something deeper than sex.
Unquote.
But you know what I'm saying? I think at this juncture, I've grown a little bit tired of the tone. If the song is hot, the song is hot. So that's cool. Mm-hmm. But it has gotten kind of stale now. That's kind of just like everybody's kind of.
It's like everybody being toxic is cool now.
Yeah, it's being toxic with mainstream. I remember the word toxic, like you was claiming that, you said, "Oh my god!" But now it's, "Ooh, I want to talk," on both sides of it. On the spectrum and everything.
It's a lot of people, and I want to hurt you before you hurt me.
Yeah, women, men, non-binary, everybody. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking playing this type of, oh, I don't want this. I don't want to fall in love, but I want to do like fall in love type things, and it's just like, oh, okay, bro. Okay, sis. Oh no, sis. I know you good. I know you don't need no one dude. I know you can, you can handle having 5 or whatever like that because you're a player like that.
So the same people fall asleep crying every
Yeah,
night.
crying themselves to sleep and shit like that. You know better. We read the tweets. It's like, no.
Hey,
Truth is in the tweets.
But just like I said, I was just piggybacking off that point, Kurt. That's just kind of like the tone now of.
yeah.
It's, like I said, it's just a subgenre of its own. It's not even love music, but it's not. It's just somewhere in limbo between that. And I wonder what's the tone of the 20s. It is
Because, like, it seeped in from the 10s.
With the 2020s.
Yeah. If we look back, because we're in year 3 or year 4 technically of the 20s. So it's like looking back, by the time we get to 2030, I wonder how it's going to look, on the other side. Like, oh yeah, this is what
He
changed.
said, "Will love come back? Find out on the next episode of Earth."
Aliens watching like this shit getting good.
Aliens like this shit getting crazy. They was like, I wasn't feeling the COVID season. This season quarantine.
Everyone needed character development and shit. Like,
It's crazy. It depends on which person. Imagine you following like a single person. That's a crazy ass story. Like, their life can either be greater or shittier after that. Like,
man, shit was fun when they was doing fireworks and shit. Like,
I was following Lowe's life. That shit's ass now. Until he started reacting, I'm like, damn, bro, I was working hard. Like,
I was grinding in 19-inch.
aliens unsubscribe.
The aliens unsubscribed. It's crazy.
that shit the vid, yo.
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you.
One of the last points I was gonna make within some of the lyrics was basically I really like that kind of. They're using the motif of kind of lighting a cig and basically kind of like just reflecting on everything, but they basically use the wordplay of basically I'm gonna burn them up in my cigarette, where it's like as the cigarette like diminishes and you're kind of inhaling it and consuming it, it's like you're simultaneously exhaling it and kind of burning away like this person. So I think that was cool as far as how they tied it in with kind of like you're just reflecting on shit, but you're also trying to like get this person off your mind and that the stress connotations of what's associated with smoking and everything. So I just thought that was like really cleverly displayed as well. One thing I was gonna say too, I really like the zombie bar, where it's like basically I'm gonna move in silence, like kind of like I'm keeping my shit low key. I'm not trying to be out there too much. I'm not trying to draw too much attention. Ironically, like to myself, even if you're like the zombie, you draw a lot of attention. But basically, the whole aspect of the moving in silence. But the thing I really like about that was because how he said basically I'm from the block and everything, and he was kind of repping the city and everything. I forget exactly how to pronounce this, so correct me, but it was Ap Jung Jung or something like that. Basically the name of the hood or whatever. But basically when he said like the Ap Jew, but then zombie. But basically in Hangul those words have the similar syllable structure. So basically the way he said it was to sound like both the beginning of the city and zombie. So it was a wordplay, kind of like like almost like if someone in English was like dough and door or whatever, like Wayne would do, like how you bend words. So I kind of think the linguistical kind of wordplay and aspects within that, when you're able to do something that translates as well to your native language, but also be something that has a message when it's translated across. So I just always love kind of linguistical wordplay and being able to pick up a little bit of that. And lastly, I just want to point out I like how they reference the VVS thing, which is both for kind of finessing a girl and everything like that, making her bougie and everything like that, but then also kind of the aspect of like, the VVS, like possibly the song. Granted, I don't know the connotation of when anything came out, but I just think that was a little bit of a slight flex within that.
It would have. It might have came out already because this is 2022.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then. That makes sense. But also the last line I was really gonna point out was basically, hold on, I gotta find it. Like the song's basically talking about or not talking like per se lyrically about summer and everything like that, but basically it was like waking up in the spring or something like that, but my heart is still winter, like cold, like my heart's still cold and everything. So then tying the whole spring and winter aspect into the display of the metaphor of summer and everything, I just thought that was really cool too. And honestly, just as a side note, like just generally even stripping away kind of all the nuances within the song, I really do think it's just a really catchy song. And just when you're able to kind of make something that's melodic, something that's easily accessible, and while also displaying your vocals, displaying your bars and everything like that, like I just think it's a really well made song. on top of everything else, of course. But yeah, this was definitely a bop for me as well.
Yeah, I wonder, because you had brought up The Weeknd. Obviously, we Drake fans too. He's from Toronto. I wonder, does he have those inspirations, or does he hear them and kind of get some of this? Because obviously you can hear The Weeknd Drake-isms, like you said, the Ty Dolla $ign, obviously not from Toronto, but just it's how much influences you would hear from Toronto, because we know if you live in Toronto, you'll get a lot of those American influences as well. Some people get the Caribbean influences as well too, but that's kind of not his.
I think that really took not to take this any longer for real, but I think that's kind of Toronto. I mean, obviously the two pillars of the vibe music of the last decade was from Toronto. Weeknd, actually three pillars. Like I said, Party Next Door as well. So Drake, P&D, and Weeknd kind of all set that tone. From the rip, really. I feel like once Drake and Weeknd connected on Take Care was when the vibe music was really born. And then like those songs from the summer of 2011, like Club Paradise.
Crew Love came out.
Yeah.
I remember first saying, I was like, who the fuck is Bull?
Yeah, I said, this ain't Drake.
Yeah, it's like, because that ain't Drake.
Drake don't sound like this. Oh, this a little clear.
Yeah, the voice was the falsetto was a little too falsetto.
A little too falsetto. I thought The Weeknd was a beat or something like that. I said, this shit fire, man. Good Ones Go.
Good Ones Go.
Doing It Wrong. Those are all songs that kind of and then of course Trilogy and everything like that. I'm still of the mindset that Valerie is The Weeknd's best vocal performance. But I mean, like I said, he's smoking shit now. So y'all let us know your favorite Weeknd song if y'all fans are able.
I was showing him the when he was on that Daft Punk shit, with False Alarm and all that type shit or whatever.
I can't feel my face when I'm with you.
All them joints.
I know that's right. I can't feel my face when I'm with you. But so I think that's Toronto. I was hard on Canada, for a while the last decade. I'm not ashamed to say that shit. Like as far as the music scene,
I was like, damn, why?
Just because, like,
I feel like you was on Reddit or someone said something.
No. I got not on Reddit, but in like real life, he was just like, Canada is the fucking vibe right now. But it was like 2012, so I wasn't ready to. Like, this before Party came. And
well, first off, that's before Party, so I don't know why someone would say that.
Yeah, it was just like, what? He's like, it's Drake in the week. I'm like, that's two niggas. And they wasn't even, like, Drake was there, but he wasn't nowhere near where he is now.
Yeah, like he was repping the U.S. harder in 2012 than he was.
Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. I go to Memphis in the summertime.
Yeah, like Memphis with all the real niggas in the summertime. He was in the U.S. more, but I feel Bull was in front of the wave. Bull probably was like,
I wasn't in front of shit. That's what pissed me. I ain't like
your man just unsubscribed.
I thought we moved past that. That's 11 years ago.
It's a lot of people in here.
You gonna talk crazy about me from your man, your fans. Like,
there's a lot of people here.
But no, like I said, just giving them their props or whatever. So it's good to kind of like see this, see him rather. Kind of continuing that sound and not sounding corny in it or sounding too derivative. I think that's usually like a problem with me. If I hear you and I don't get nothing specifically from you, that's when I'm like, okay, bro, you just sound like everybody else. And people get offended with that shit today, but I'm like, bro, listen to your song and then like listen to this. What do you bring that's a little unique? That breathiness that he has and kind of just obviously him being a Korean artist and doing the music in Korean, but being able to switch up and having the vibe and everything, it works perfectly. An organic artist will always sort of hit more with me, more than somebody who's just, all right, bro, come on. And like I said, I don't like to deduce people because we talk about it with actors, and I feel like we've taken leaps and becoming better people when it comes to.
We don't have the same conversations that we've had 3 or 4 years ago.
We are not comparing Brown and Jordan no more.
We stopped that.
I'm not.
I've stopped trying to bash black men in general too.
In general, like the whole comparison thing I do now is for fun, and if I do some reductive shit, it's a joke. It's a joke. It's not like some. Yeah, bro, your whole existence is just this. I'm like, damn, fam, this is my way out.
We were a lot harsher, like in 2018 and 17 and shit with people.
Be like, niggas just diet this or discount that. And I still say it, but usually in a joking manner.
It'll be jokes.
But it used to be like, oh, man, I'm not listening to this person because that's that. That's the type of stuff that blocked me from even that's not the only thing that stopped me from listening to BTS at the time, but that's kind of things like that was why I didn't even think about listening to them. I think I was just kind of, at that time I was over the boy band shit, but because I was not listening to anything from One Direction at all, and I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole, but I was not fucking with them whatsoever, or like Bieber. But that's more of a musical thing than just like something personal where I'm just like, all right, get the fuck out of here. So it's those type of things. But like I said, to tying it back, another Canadian
too.
But he didn't have shit to do with vibe music. I'm not tagging that to his jacket.
Nah, not vibe music. I will say he helped Pop down for a little bit and shit, especially as like the solo kind of like perennial white guy, especially like with Justin Timberlake taking turns doing certain things and then One Direction coming out. So Bieb get a lot of respect in my opinion for that kind of shit, because we do need pillars in certain music to kind of withstand certain things and shit like that. But I had another John I wanted to get to, and I know you probably got another point that you wanted to too. I wonder, all right, so let me word this a certain way because I'm not going to even turn this into something about black people. So we see that he's from Toronto and he's able to go to South Korea and do music. We've seen what happened with Jay Park being from Seattle, being able to go do music. I think Jesse was New York, able to go or Jersey and New York, either or. If you're from North Jersey or whatever. I wonder what's the vibe with them showing support for people who aren't really born in South Korea that do the K hip hop or like K R&B, and because we've seen what idol stuff is cool because they'll almost pick anybody up from anywhere, whether it's like Australia, Indonesia, any type of places, and bring you there as long as you're half South Korean. It's like cool. I want to know probably what's the vibe for them.
Speaking as someone who reads and watch videos and stuff like that on YouTube and everything, there's levels to it. Basically, Koreans do have their prejudices, I'll say, like that, but it's like levels to it. So I guess obviously if they like you, you cool. Especially like if the music scene likes you, then that's it's different or whatever like that. Nobody
because I was about to say, no talent to outshine whatever kind of hate.
I think, and I don't think I also don't look at them as a monolith anymore. I feel like like I said, I definitely think the younger generation is like, nah, we fucking with foreigners. Yeah,
they'll be cool. I feel like younger generations.
Yeah, we're not on that whole, you a foreigner or you're, saying you different type shit in a general sense, especially like from artists or whatever like that. I feel like that's impossible. Maybe Ajimaz and Ajishis and everything like that. Older people, middle age.
I want to go to Japan and be a Koko Gaijin.
Yeah,
the Koko Gaijin.
Yeah, and like I said, it's just levels to it. It's it's foreigner. It's like what kind of foreigner? A foreigner we had beef with, or a foreigner that looks different. Darker skin, stuff like that. You get a lot of the time and everything like that.
And obviously, everybody too I named, like you said, are more so the people who could blend right in versus like. Not like somebody that's maybe half black and South Korean, and then obviously you would go back, and even if I'm South Korean and my skin is like this, obviously it's something I can go to the Philippines and be like, I have 25% of my DNA is Filipino and shit. They'll look at me and still just be like, nah, nigga.
Or it's K-hip-hop, so in my DNA.
In my DNA. But all that to say, like, it'll be a lot easier, at least for the people that I name, because it's not like they're, like, literally like a half situation. And I'm not even gonna go into what I'm trying to say.
No, I get what you mean. Like, I don't think they're seeing that K-hip hop scene is discriminatory anymore.
Shit better not be.
Yeah. Listen.
That better be the most accepting people. Like, nah, just jokes. In my DNA.
I'm still wrapping my head around how rap and R&B became like the most popular shit over there, considering that. But like I said, I can only think of the kids. The younger generations are like, man, I want to blend with I want to work with other people or meet other people and stuff like that.
That's another conversation.
Those stigmas.
And I want you to get your point off. How you talking and you can't get your point off.
No, you chilling.
It is funny, like you said, for someone to go over to another place, hear every kind of music, and for every single person that was in the 90s and 2000s,
the people y'all
filmed
least desirable.
You're funny. I'm not gonna go there and shit.
No, but I think that's a real thing.
That's a real thing.
Like I said, at the time, because now I think it's different. So I'm not like rating.
Shit, judging off the videos I be seeing, it don't feel different. But I'm
talking about the younger generation. Like I said,
even them, some of the shit that people were saying. But like I said, they ain't even here. We'll talk later.
Don't get me wrong. Like I said,
and now I'm only going off of what I see, because I don't. We're not there yet. Obviously, we'll get the experience.
Like the K hip hop scene, people who would be into that scene, not the maybe not like the everyday. I work at
I know. I work at a ramen shop or
Samsung or some shit like that type of person. Like I said, I don't want to judge anybody as a monolith, but like I said, I definitely see the pockets of people and the more like popular people, because everyone I see that's like super popular or in the music scene, I've seen them with someone black or hanging out with people and everything like this. So I don't think it's an issue like that anymore. Like I said, I think in the older generations that was definitely still more of a stigma, and was like, what the fuck, so
I can't wait to experience it, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be those pockets of when you're walking.
And then like over there, for instance, one of their top models, if not the top model, is a half black.
She's half black and half
Jenny Park. So she's
shout out to Jenny Park.
Actually, subscribe to her YouTube. So she's
been killing shit.
She's killing.
But listen to her stories when she talks about when she was in the main parts and when she went to more ends that were kind of not used to seeing her, the bullying and everything that went on. Never mind. Just
go ahead, Kurt.
Just never mind. Back it up. Go ahead, Kurt.
No, really.
End the video with love.
Really. Really, the last thing I was gonna say about this is just to I love how everything does kind of start out on some like that whole toxic kind of cycle where it's like I got my basically my defense mechanisms, my emotional walls up, kind of I'm blocking people out. I'm trying to not be in touch with anyone, but also deep down it's something that you do seem to want to connect with in some regard, and then kind of shoving that person away and then making that distance, making you realize that it's someone maybe you kind of have a feeling for, or at least more of a curiosity to explore, to where it's kind of jumping up your head and everything like that. But then basically I kind of at the end, keeping with what I said earlier with the whole cigarette thing, where it's I'm going to light up a cig and I'm basically going to burn kind of this memory of this person away, or just but also the stress release factor of kind of how that ties in. But then going right after that to the ending line where it's basically don't go and make a life with that person who's not me. Basically, where it's I don't want you, but I don't want anyone to have you.
That's hating.
Yeah. Drake.
Yeah.
No, but it's I just think that was a cool way to kind of tie everything together in the sense, because as strange as it is and as toxic as it is in those regards, of course, what it ultimately kind of boils down to is it feels like it's someone kind of just coming to a place where they realize they want to be more vulnerable. As weird as that may seem in the negative connotations associated with everything, I do think there's a lot of kind of gray area to sift through within that. But I do think that was something that was that was a unique kind of perspective to kind of view a song through, even if it was the subject matter might have been a little similar to certain things, but nonetheless I just thought that was really unique, on top of the other things I mentioned earlier.
I'm just saying you can do it. It's funny. Dirty making funny. Dirty making is funny.
I still hate that song to this day. That song is fucking disgusting.
Yeah, if the song slap, niggas gonna be into it. If Dirty making and the song don't slap, then you just a piece of shit.
I don't want to know.
I hate that song, but I love it.
Ask the right person though. It slaps.
The song. Hate that person. But
ironically, The Weeknd though, when he you don't even like his version.
Fuck no.
He killed that shit.
I was like,
somebody should. I was like, why did he remake this? Metro Boomin.
I said, all right, Metro. I see where you're going.
Jump in the comments. Tell us how y'all felt about this. We had a lot of different conversations in here. Some of the conversations that we talked about, definitely want to have them more in an open-ended conversation.
A pod type, like we actually do, just a discussion, John.
Yeah, just something where we're just talking, and it could stem from a video, of said convo. If not, we'll talk, and I'll ask certain questions to certain redeemers and stuff, and see if they would like their input, because I just feel like as black men reacting to K-pop, we may be able to dive and have conversations that other reactors maybe can't, and especially with like our background in music and kind of what we know, and even talking, getting Kurt's perspective on things, just, you know, being white, listening to some of the music and stuff, because these are real talking points that some people kind of shy away from. I want to have those conversations. Obviously, we want to have them respectfully, and, you know, to be able to ask certain questions, learn certain things, and like really gear up for when we actually do go out to South K to kind of get the real feel in person.
Yeah, have our own experience and everything.
Yeah, because it's always cool when you YouTube certain things, hear people's experiences. Army Not Army is literally there now, so, you know, she was telling me certain things that, you know, are going on in there. But like you said, her experience will be different, just even as a woman versus being a man there might be, you know, a different experience. Kurt may walk to the store to go do something over there, and I walk to the same store, and me and him have two different experiences and shit. So I would love to experience that. I would love for y'all to kind of talk to us about it. 9% of the people that follow our channel live in South Korea. So
I'm mal.
Yeah, so you know what I mean.
Say anything, just tell us like, whatever.
Yeah, jump in the comments and let us know what's up, and some of the other redeemers, because we do have another pocket of redeemers who are older, who are 50 or 60, who've been in South Korea before, and you know, have basked in like that environment and are able to, like, you know, share that information. Jump in the comments, give us more information about the two artists. Talk about everything that we talked. Any part of the conversation that you feel decent, let's talk.
This is over. What you call it?
Yeah, that's a good joint.
So I'll
This is a good joint and shit.
I'll go ahead and put timestamps on it when it drops. So,
but yeah, we love you guys. We'll holla at y'all.
Take care.
Peace.